but we're trying to reinvent Foster Moreau. We're trying to make this guy a star. I want to see him become Rob Gronkowski. That's what we're trying to do.
He's one of the greatest kids I've ever coached.
Foster Moreau is a horny bastard.
Raider Nation, we do have some unfortunate news to give you about Raiders tight end Foster Moreau. We're going to ask you to send him your thoughts and prayers, talk about his situation right now, and some of the great things he's done with the Raiders so far in his 4-year career. And Foster Moreau was set to test free agency after playing with the Raiders for 4 years, being drafted in the 4th round out of LSU in 2019, part of that great 2019 draft class. And you have him here with Joe Burrow, and actually, he visited the Bengals this past offseason, could have signed with the Bengals and reunited with Joe Burrow. And Foster Moreau also went to New Orleans, where he's from, and was thinking about joining the New Orleans Saints and was also thinking about possibly reuniting with Derek Carr. But unfortunately, during this Saints visit, he found out some bad news. This was during the physical, so it seems like he was close to signing with the team. And here's what Foster Moreau had to say. Through somewhat of a miraculous process, this free agency period has been life-changing for me. During a routine physical conducted by the Saints medical team down in New Orleans, I've come to learn that I have Hodgkin's lymphoma and will be stepping away from football at this time to fight a new opponent, cancer. I'm grateful for the support and thankful for people who have stood firm with me. There hasn't been a single step I've taken without hundreds of people lighting the path before me, and I will continue to seek their guidance. That being said, I'll go kick this thing's ass and get back to doing what I love. AMDG. And you see in this post, man, this is just the kind of guy that Foster Moreau is. Has a great attitude, upbeat even in this situation, motivated to kick this thing's ass. And if you've watched the Raiders over the past few years, you've seen that from Foster Moreau. He's really a fan favorite and a favorite amongst his teammates. And you see the Raiders reaching out saying your Raider family is with you, Foster. LSU talking about him as well, thinking about Foster as he fights this. We can't wait to see you back on the field soon. Derek Carr, love you, and we are here for you, praying for you, brother. He had Alec Ingold, former Raider, toughest Warriors, get the toughest battles, love you, brother. And even had another former Raider, Denzel Perryman, praying for you, fam. Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguars as well, reaching out, saying prayers, brother. And there's so many other people that you saw reaching out on social media to Foster Moreau, and I just did not have the time to grab all of them. But you guys, definitely reach out to this guy. Let him know that you want to see him back on the field. Let him know that you believe he'll beat this thing. And let him know you appreciate everything he's done for the Raiders thus far. The 25-year-old was born and raised in Louisiana on May 6, 1997. He would go on to play for 4 seasons with the LSU Tigers. In his senior year, he was even named a team captain. He would be invited to the Senior Bowl and impress scouts, and then eventually be drafted by the Oakland Raiders in 2019 with a 4th-round pick 137.
Yeah, I just want to know if you want to be a Raider, brother.
I'd love to be a Raider, coach.
Good, man. I'm turning a pick in. We are really jacked up to get you. Congratulations.
He made his debut right away alongside Darren Waller on Monday Night Football in 2019. And he was sneaky good in the red zone his rookie year, picking up 5 touchdowns. And in 2019, this was the start of an amazing tight end room for the Raiders. And they clearly had tons of chemistry together. It even had a lot of funny nicknames.
Big Foff.
Big
Foff. Hot Foff.
But you guys knew it started as Foffy.
Big Endo.
Big Endo?
Which tight end on the field would you not allow to date your daughter?
Foster Moreau.
So is that confirmed he's the horniest tight end in the game?
Foster Moreau is a horny bastard.
The handsome criminal.
The
handsome criminal. Y'all heard of this guy? The guy who basically took the mugshot and he's got really defined cheekbones.
It went viral.
And
Because women were drooling over him.
You could see the passion and how much Foster Moreau loves playing the game on and off the field. By the way he spikes the football after scoring a touchdown, or by the way that some of his teammates laugh just at the mention of his name. Unfortunately, in his rookie season of 2019, he would suffer a knee injury in December, and this would cause him to not be available in 2020. He only appeared in a few games, and you also got to couple this with the fact that he was behind Darren Waller most of the time, who was playing like a top 3 tight end in the NFL in 2019 and 2020. So Foster Moreau never had many opportunities to shine, but there were tons of people, especially people who were able to watch him at practice, who were pumped up about what he could do.
I'm not gonna be Foster's agent, but I wish I was. I love him. I just think this guy's
You know, he's perfect for how we want to play here. He can block in line. He can pass protect. He's a football junkie. He's one of the greatest kids I've ever coached. And he'll play a doubleheader. He's probably ticked off practice ended. And you can see he's healthy now from his knee. That was a terrible knee injury he had. And I think he and Waller give us a duo that is as good as any I've ever had.
And in 2021, after Darren Waller was injured around Thanksgiving, you saw Foster Moreau featured a lot more. He would be part of that group that helped the Raiders make the playoffs for the first time in over half a decade. And in 2022, even though the Raiders did not have that much success in the win column compared to previous seasons, Foster Moreau still had his career high in target and receptions and his career high in yards. And now that he was able to test free agency after fulfilling his rookie contract, many people were wondering what could he do in a different offense, in a different place where he's also given a much larger role. And I think it's unfortunate, and my heart goes out to him because he has cancer right now at 25 years old at this moment in his life where it seems like he was about to go off. But we know based on his character, based on the way that he's approached the game throughout his career, he is going to be able to fight this thing and bounce back. So everybody send Foster Moreau your thoughts and prayers. We just needed to give a shout out to this guy who has battled through injuries and sacrificed so much just to help the Silver and Black. Once a Raider, always a Raider. My heart goes out to Foster Moreau, and I cannot wait to see him back on the field. Peace out, everybody, and I hope you have a good one.